Hey everyone, it's Sunday, and you know what that means? It's Genshin Sunday. Hey, Willow, welcome on in. I know yesterday I said the other day I said I was gonna stream late at night on Saturday, but to tell you the truth, the reason I didn't stream was because I was just feeling tired. Because I had gone out to the movie theater, had a great time and everything, and I decided just to relax for the day. But don't worry, I am gonna be playing Bioshock Monday. So in other words, tomorrow I'll be doing like I did last week where I couldn't play on Saturday. I'll just be doing it on Monday. So don't worry, we are still going to be doing Bioshock. But yeah, and I would have streamed earlier, but I don't know what it was. But today I was just feeling tired. I don't know what it was, but I ended up sleeping longer than I usually do. I think it has to do with where I am right now with the weather. Yep, I'm doing the story, Willow. That's what I'm working on. I'm working on more of the story. Yesterday, last week, what I was working on was a story, a story event that was going on with the Shroom Buddies. That's what it was. That was a story event I was working on. Because if you do, I'll lurk and watch Initial D. I never heard of that before. Initial D. I haven't heard of that heard of that before. But yeah, I am going to be working on more on the story. I'm not kidding. I don't know what an Initial D is. I watch a lot of anime, but some anime that some people know I don't know. It's a classic arc. Come on. I'm telling you the truth. I don't know what Initial D is. I watch a lot of anime and I watch a lot of movies, but there are some movies and anime that people have seen that I have not watched. Like for example, in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I've seen bits of it on Toonami, but I have never completely watched a full episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Because I'm more of a Bleach and Naruto kind of fan. But anyway, why don't we go ahead and get right on into Genshin? See what lies ahead for us now. Turn that on and get the up. There we go. We're good to go. But I hope everybody's weekend has been going well. Mine certainly has. I just don't know. But like I said, I don't know what it's been. But today I just felt so tired. And it's only until now I'm starting to get some of my energy back. I'm like, okay, I feel good. Now's the time. Oh no, I am not fighting the cubes. I am not fighting the cubes. No way, I'm not doing that. I sent you a video. Okay, see here.
They're coming to the...
Yeah, no, I have never watched this. I have never watched this anime. Well, I've never watched it. But it does look interesting. It's a part of an episode, so don't bother with it right now. You never heard of it? No, I've never heard of it, but it does look like a good anime, and and it's good the one you showed me that it's dubbed, because I'll tell you right now, I do prefer when dubbed when it comes to anime, because mainly so I can hear what the characters are saying, so I don't have to read subtitles. Read subtitles all the time. You never heard of Eurobeat? No, I've never heard of Eurobeat. But the anime does look interesting. The one you showed me. I'll definitely be taking a look at that. Oh my god! And people leave. No, well, you can't people leave. No, you can't. You can't do that. There's just no people leaving here. Get back here. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Oh, go watch my Japanese Fast and Furious. This is the one I need to do, because in order for me to do this, I have to do this one in order to do Ito's, because because that's one of the quests I have to do in order to unlock this. I have to do, and when it does that, I have to do this number 1, and I also have to do where did the Spirit Stone descend. I have to do that one as well. I'll go lurk for now. Okay, Willow. Enjoy your lurk. Ow! I know what you did. I can see what you did, Willow. Can you...
This should be where Kokomi said to meet her.
Oh, not on auto. Maybe when it doesn't have it on auto.
Remember this place? Paimon remembers we came by here last time we visited Watatsumi Island. That was back when you did your stint as captain of Swordfish too. Paimon's curious whether the Resistance troops still remember you. Things on the island must have changed a lot since then. Oh, shall we take a look around?
Why the no?
If the enemy outnumbers you, seek their weakness and exploit it. If you outnumber the enemy, seek unequivocal domination and crush them. Marauders on the waterfront are supplied by sea. Burning their ships is the path to success.
General Goro, sir, do you have a verdict?
More or less. From the directives left behind by Her Excellency, we can surmise that a Fatui ship is moored nearby. This explains their aggressive posture. We could split into 2 teams, one to draw their attention, and the other to circle around behind enemy lines and set fire to their ship. They'd have nowhere to run. Then again, Madame Kokomi made clear that we are not to split up without sufficient forces. We'd risk being picked off one by one until our whole line of defense disintegrated.
Sir, shall I send for reinforcements?
I doubt there's time. Based on their movements, they'd likely be gone before our troops arrived. Her Excellency's directives also stipulate that we should wait in ambush and avoid making the first move. Since we lack sufficient troops, I don't think we can afford to engage the enemy at this time.
Sir, we're just gonna stand by and watch them leave? Surely there must be another way.
Her Excellency's directives also state help may arrive when all seems lost. As for where this help is supposed to come from,
Hey, girl! What are you guys up to?
Captain, you've returned to Watatsumi Island.
Ikitani got in an accident. Oh, I guess that must be one of the characters in the anime.
that's great! Her Excellency's directives are as reliable as ever. You've arrived just in time. Recently, the remnants of the Fatui forces have been unusually active. We've been monitoring their movements, waiting in ambush here. Unfortunately, we don't have the manpower to split into two teams. Can we ask you to keep them occupied?
Hard to say no when it's the Fatui. Whatever they're planning, we won't let them get away with it.
Good. There's not a moment to lose. We'll go behind enemy lines and sabotage their ship. Let's meet back here afterward. Watch yourselves. We'll be back shortly.
Seems like the Resistance still remembers us. Come on, let's help them get this situation under control.
You don't know him? Why am I talking about that to an uncultured person? Hey, I'm not uncultured. I know things, it's just I don't know everything.
Disappear!
It's time for a blast right there.
Shadows of fate.
Let's end this quickly. Let's not waste time. Let's move.
The victor.
That is so not fair.
Let me scrub.
Have a load of this. Almost.
Shadows of fate.
Let's end this quickly.
Destiny cannot be denied.
An unfortunate fault. Have a load of this.
Okay, that is not fair.
Let's end this quickly.
Retribution!
Where did I go wrong?
I hate those Fatui.
You'll get frostbite. Don't get in the way. It's time for a flash freeze. Frozen
Is this the end of
See, these two Fatui are the type I hate because one has a hammer and the other one uses freeze attacks. And I'm trying to work on one and the other one, the guy with the hammer comes in and hits me.
Verdict is...
It's no problem.
can be no excuse.
That is so not fair.
I will end you.
Windblade.
My vision is clouded.
Let's not waste time.
Let me scry. Written in the stars. The stars are fading.
Oh, I have enough to ascend her.
Get it together. How did I do that?
Okay, in order to ascend her, I need
Okay.
I would need 10 of these lotuses, and I would have to caliber mysterious ruin machine. Ah, crap! In order to get them, I would have to fight a ruin machine. That's not gonna. That's gonna be fun.
You'll get frostbite. Let's end this quickly. Flash frost. Let's not waste time. Stay right there. Almost.
Time for retribution!
Let's end this quickly. Let's not waste time.
Windblade!
Frost. It's time for a flash
Burning disc! My flame!
Let's end this quickly. Almost.
Submit.
To the bone.
I need to get more health items, that's for sure.
Let's not waste time.
Shadows of fate.
It's no problem. Let's end this quickly.
Time for retribution! With the wind!
Fate is upon you.
Let's end this quickly.
Burn!
Where did I go wrong?
Wind blade!
Let's not waste time.
Yeah!
Let's end this quickly. Almost.
Don't waste my time. Give up. Your life is mine.
Let's not waste time.
It's nothing.
Let's end this quickly. Almost.
Don't waste my time. Written in the stars.
Comrades, they've set the ship on fire.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me, more of them?
Curse them. They leave us no choice but to attack. Comrades, let's make them regret it. You can't run.
Delve into destiny.
Killjoy, we've only just begun.
Fate is upon you. Shadows of fate.
You got it. Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun.
Time for
I see
retribution!
through you. You can't run. Well, don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun.
This is why I hate Fatui, because they never play fair, and they're tough to, not to mention a pain to take out.
That all you got? I see through you.
There can be no excuse for defeat.
Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun. That's all you got?
Let me scribe.
You can't run.
in the stars.
I see through you. You can't run.
Disappear!
Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun.
Submit. Give up.
Collect my I must counterattack.
Verdict is...
This isn't over.
All of them have healing abilities. That's what I really hate when enemies do that. When they all have healing abilities, because it makes it a lot harder to kill them and defeat them.
Burn!
This should be fun. It isn't time for a break yet.
I'll remember that.
Not breaking a sweat.
Fate is upon you.
No slacking off.
Yeah.
Take cover.
Your life is mine. It's nothing.
I see through you. It isn't time for a break yet.
Verdict is...
You can't run. That all you got? Use this. It isn't time for a break yet.
Submit. Give up.
Be a killjoy. We've only just begun. Get it together. No slacking off. I see through you. You can't run.
Retribution!
Well, you try.
With the wind!
It isn't time for a break yet.
Decided by destiny. Delve into destiny.
Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun. Not breaking a sweat. No slacking off. You can't run. Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun.
Burn!
Use this first.
My flame has been extinguished.
I hate the Fatui so much.
You can't run. Well, neither can I. Not breaking a sweat.
No, attack that one.
No slacking off.
I have to get rid of this healer in order for me to take the others out, because this is the one that's giving me the problems.
Just begun. It isn't time for a break yet.
It's nothing.
This should be fun. No slacking off. I must collect myself. This is found. I must get it together. Finished.
Finally, that one's out. Now I can focus on the other two. Because now that their healer is gone, they can't self-heal.
Don't waste my time. Submit. Yeah. Fate is upon you. Shadows of fate.
Use this first. I see through you.
Let me
Can't run.
Here's
Well, don't be a killjoy!
My
We've only
vision is
just
clouded.
begun! You can't run!
Things are not going well for this run. And
Must counterattack! Get it together!
Give up. Your life is mine.
Looks like I went too far.
It's nothing. Give up.
whew, about time.
We were lucky to have you here. We'd have no way to prevent their escape without you.
What's that you're holding? Is it the directives from Kokomi? Let Paimon see. Oh, wow. This is a whole book. Is it all Kokomi's directives?
Yeah. Well, no, not all of them. I have 5 more volumes with me.
Are you serious?
Her Excellency always plans for every scenario. Plus, these are her general operational directives, which are more comprehensive
5
than
volumes,
most.
damn.
Still, we're fortunate to have them. They make sure we're prepared for every eventuality, no matter how complex.
Oh, understanding every eventuality sounds tiring enough, let alone writing them all down. Must have taken Kokomi a heck of a long time.
Captain, are you back on Watatsumi Island to lead Swordfish 2 again? We've all been feeling your absence.
Is Swordfish 2 still going strong?
Her Excellency says that now is a time of peace, and that we should reduce the size of the military and focus on helping the civilian population return to normal life. About half of us are still organized into task forces, supporting the platoons. The other half have been given various other functions like patrol, construction, and farming. Of course, not everyone's happy about it. The other day, an old buddy of mine was grumbling about being forced to build houses. Said they'd have to drag him away from the front line, kicking and screaming.
The spirit of the resistance is alive and well, huh? Anyway, we're here because Kokomi invited us to the victory feast. Do you know where we can find her, Goro?
I believe Her Excellency is currently at Boro Village. There were reports of a possible disturbance over there. If I'm not mistaken, Her Excellency has gone to deal with it in person. We should probably get going ourselves. And, also, on your way over, please check in on the soldiers. I'm sensing a growing unease among them, but I don't know what's causing it. They won't say. They used to tell me all their concerns, but whatever this is, they're keeping it hidden. I don't like it one bit. I suspect there's trouble afoot.
It'll be nice to catch up with them.
Sounds good. Paimon was just thinking it'd be good to see everyone again. Ready when you are.
Before I head over there, I'm going to go and heal because that took a lot to deal with those Fatui.
Wait, aren't you Captain of Swordfish too?
Yes.
Oh, it is you! Oh, you have our gratitude. Watatsumi Island wouldn't have come to peace without your efforts. I wasn't with Swordfish too, but I did see you with Tatarasuna. Oh, you really gave it to those shogunate samurai in the fight of honor. Oh, it was quite the show. Is there anything you need from me? I'm at your service.
I've heard the people are a bit on edge these days.
On edge, you say? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've noticed it too. In fairness, the battle isn't long over, and, well, perhaps it isn't quite over for them. You know what I mean? Every single person looked death in the face that day. It's not an experience you forget in a hurry. Victory's declared, and all of a sudden, the fighting's over. But people can't just snap back into normal life again. I think things will improve, but it's gonna take some time. I don't know what else it could be, but what I do know is that as long as Her Excellency is with us, Watatsumi Island is safe. And all the more so now that you're back. Seriously, if there's ever anything you need, just say the word.
What a nice guy. Let's go ask some other people.
But before we do, I see a viewpoint. That is a pretty sight to see. I love how they did this for the island. I love how they did this with the coral and everything for the island. That is so neat how they did that. I do want to get into doing some environmental modeling myself and trying to maybe do something like this, because this looks like it would be a lot of fun to do. The only thing is it's a lot bigger than what I've done. I did do some environmental stuff, like for example, those who have been here, when you see the later overlay show up, that is something that I did myself. I'm trying to model out a subway because I thought it would look nice. But I do want to try doing some more environmental modeling. It's just that I don't know where to start with that, because it's on a much bigger scale than what I'm usually used to. Usually I've done small things like swords, a grenade, and of course the biggest one I've been working on is of course the model that I'm working on to get ready to show you guys. I thought I would have it ready by Saturday, but but I still feel I need to do a little bit more work before I'm ready to release the model.
Peace at last. Living the dream. Don't I know you? I've definitely seen you somewhere before. Can't place you, but I'm guessing you're not with the Shogun's army. So, do you need something?
I hear people are feeling unsettled at the moment.
Unsettled? Unsettled how? I haven't noticed anything. Not that I would, necessarily. I keep to myself, mostly. They're all too rowdy for me. We're at peace now, finally, and I, for one, intend to make the most of it. My life right now is about two things and two things only. The sun and the sea breeze. Sorry that I can't be more help to you. I'll tell you someone you could ask, though. San Gonomiya. She knows everything.
Huh. Seems he's about to fall asleep. Let's leave him to rest and go find someone else to ask.
It's a good thing, because if I had to keep talking to this guy, I think I would start feeling sleepy again.
I don't understand what Her Excellency is thinking. I mean, peace talks? Give me a break. Why would she agree to that?
Exactly.
Everyone knows you can't trust the Tenryo Commission. I heard they've been secretly coordinating with the Fatui and plan to continue their attacks.
Wait, for real? You're sure of this?
Positive. Some of our guys had a run-in with a few Fatui. They caught them conspiring together firsthand.
I knew it! The Tenryo Commission are a bunch of crooks. They'll never change. Honestly, it's kind of naive for Her Excellency to take them at their word, isn't it?
Shh, keep your voice down. Someone's coming.
Hey there! What you talking about?
Captain, you're back.
I'm here to join you at the victory feast.
Do you think we should tell the captain about what we were discussing just now?
No, let's not mention it. He's one of her closest advisors. For all we know, the peace talks could have been his idea.
I'm sure the captain would see where we're coming from, but you're right. We should probably play it safe. Welcome back to Watatsumi Island, Captain. Nothing to report here. Everything is A-okay.
Her Excellency should be in the village at present. Head straight over if you wish, Captain.
Paimon definitely detected some hush-hush going on there. But if they aren't gonna talk, we might as well head over to the village.
I think what it is, the reason a lot of them are at unease is because they just been a big fight, and that's why they're all unease, because there's no more fighting to do, and they don't know how to go back to normal, because they've probably been doing it for a long time with the fighting. That's how it is with people who have been doing something for so long. It's hard for them to either go back to what they were doing before, and when they've been doing something for so long, it makes it hard.
Admit it! We know you've been secretly supplying the Tenryo Commission with goods purchased on Watatsumi Island. I knew something was off about a Tenryo Commission merchant doing business here. So, what do you have to say for yourself, huh?
I'm innocent!
Ha! You're as guilty as they come. You never should have been allowed to set foot on this island, let alone do business here. Take him away.
Hold on, are we?
Wait! Kokomi, there you are! Something's going down over here. You should take a look, pronto!
Your Excellency, this merchant is suspected of criminal activity, so we seized him for questioning. Our surveillance shows that in his whole time here, he has made numerous purchases, but no sales. And yet he has no stock in his possession. We believe it's highly probable that he has been supplying the Tenryo Commission behind the scenes.
I haven't.
That will do. Let's not let ourselves get too worked up here, shall we? Everyone take a deep breath with me. In and out. Better? Matsuda, Uchimura, I understand that you're concerned for the safety of Watatsumi Island. But before we make any decisions over whether this merchant is guilty or not, we must give him the chance to explain himself. If he's guilty, of course, there will be consequences. But if he's innocent, he doesn't deserve to be falsely accused. This is Watatsumi Island. We deal in facts, not opinions. Excuse me, sir. As you know, my subordinates have some concerns surrounding your commercial activity here. Perhaps you could explain your side of the story to help me reach a verdict.
Of course, I can explain everything. I'm a trader on the island, so naturally I built up some inventory. I was planning to hold off on selling until the prices went up, but then, but then I was robbed by the Fatui. They took everything. Now, you think about that. First I lose all my inventory, then I get treated like a criminal.
And why should we believe you?
Oh, who is she? Oh, that's Kokomi. She was the leader of the resistance during when we were fighting with the Raiden Shogun and everything. And you know how she had the Vision Hunt decree? Well, Kokomi was the leader of the resistance who were fighting against the decree. And we went and we met her when we came to the island. And what we're doing is we're doing Kokomi's story mission because I have to do her mission before I can do Ito's mission. Story mission. We ran into some Fatui. Yeah,
So
we
what?
did.
That doesn't prove they took his goods. And even if they did, it'll still end up in the Tenryou Commission's hands. They're in this together.
What? The Tenryou Commissioner colluding with the Fatui now? This is the first I've heard of it. I suppose it is true. What's that got to do with me?
What, the Tenryou Commission start colluding with the Fatui after the fighting's already finished? Seems unlikely to Paimon. We met a representative of the Kujo clan recently. It doesn't seem like he'd have the time to be colluding right now. But on the way over here, we accidentally on purpose overheard some soldiers mention the exact same thing. Kokomi, do you know anything about it?
It has been brought to my attention, yes. We are scheduled to begin peace talks with the Tenryou Commission soon. The Kamisato clan has arranged for them to take place in a neutral location. Kujo-Sara and I will be accompanied by our guards. We will use the talks to discuss future plans in detail. But just as arrangements for the peace talks began to fall into place, I started hearing rumors of collusion between the Kujo clan and the Fatui. Allegedly, their goal is to completely wipe out Watatsumi Island. If that's the case, then the peace talks are likely a trap. Even the Kamisato clan could be involved. Sir, are you quite certain that your goods were stolen by the Fatui?
Yes, it's the truth. I swear. They stole my goods and then they ran off that way. I'll bet that's where that hideout is.
Very well. The potential ramifications of this incident are serious. We will retrieve your goods, and if everything is in order, it will prove your innocence. However, if we find evidence to corroborate the claims of collusion between the Fatui and the Tenryou Commission, I expect you to fully comply with our investigation. Do we have an understanding?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Matsuda? Uchimura?
Well received, Your Excellency.
Good. Now, Traveler, Captain of Swordfish Platoon Section 2, would you join me in the investigation?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
At ease, soldier. For the time being, at least, we are in peacetime. Besides,
So they say.
I'm sure you won't be on Watatsumi Island forever. Whatever titles we may have, we're friends first and foremost.
If we do find the merchant's goods in the hands of the Fatui, it'll prove he's innocent. Whatever's going on between the Fatui and the Tenryou Commission, we need to get to the bottom of it.
I do not want to have to fight the cubes. I don't. I still remember how much of a pain those cubes were when I had to fight them during the first time I did the Ascension Rank quest.
This must be the Fatui. Fatui camp that the merchant was talking about. From the looks of it, it used to be a hilichurl camp. Who knows why the Fatui occupied it?
Looks pretty heavily guarded. How are we supposed to get in?
Not by brute force, that's for sure. But that's not a problem. The terrain here gives us an advantage, and we haven't given away our position so far. Our enemy is in the light, while we are in the shadows. Strategically, we have the upper hand.
What does the grand strategist have in mind?
I think we have 3 options available. Option 1. Take the king, and it's checkmate. The Fatui's presence in Inazuma is weak at present. Nothing more than a few scattered remnants. If we strike from above and take down their leader first, the rest of them will be hard-pressed to put up a serious fight. Option 2. Hit them where it hurts. Over there, for example, a store of gunpowder cakes. If we manage to discreetly set the gunpowder alight without alerting them, it would deal them a devastating blow. They'd be caught completely off guard. Both their morale and fighting capacity would be severely impaired. Option 3. Use the environment against them. We're close to the sea here, so the air is very humid. I can gather the water vapor, you add a touch of lightning, and together we can shock them into submission.
Wow, that's our grand strategist. It's a lot to think about, though. Which option should we choose?
That will depend on our assessment of our own abilities. A surprise attack from the air is the quickest solution, but requires superior combat skills. With an explosion, we could rapidly reduce their numbers without a protracted battle, but absolute stealth would be required during the operation, or we'd risk exposing ourselves. If we decide to take advantage of the environment, we should be prepared for a lengthy siege. So, which is your preferred option?
I'm thinking the gunpowder plot.
It seems that you share my strategic sensibilities. This is my preferred tactic. It places us in the least amount of danger. Let's work together to give them the surprise of their lives.
Okay, so I need a... Oh, I get to control Kokumi. Nice.
The explosion was roughly the size I expected. Hopefully we've given them a fright.
Submit!
Decided by destiny. A brash maneuver!
Well, Killjoy! We've only just begun. Well done. You can't run!
Uphill battle!
Well, neither can I. Looks like I
Allow me!
roasted fried. Unfortunate fall. You haven't seen the last of us. You can't run!
A brash maneuver!
Well, I see through you. Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun. Disappear! You can't run! Collect my retribution!
Covenant of the Deep!
I miscalculated.
Fate is upon you.
Who's this?
Rest and rebuild!
I like it how in the story missions they let us use the... They let us use the characters, even though it's a trial. I wish they would let us like obtain the characters from the story missions. That would be good for them to do, because even when we do have the characters, we still have to get other copies of them in order to upgrade their constellations.
Hold the line!
Don't waste my time.
Shadows of fate!
So soon.
Rest and rebuild! Torrent, bring refuge!
Can't run from death.
Excellent work.
All thanks to your genius tactics.
Actually, even the best tactics live or die on the strength of those executing them. Winning a battle takes a concerted effort from everyone involved. Victory never belongs to a single person.
Now that you mention it, Paimon did make a pretty big contribution, huh?
I beg to differ. Yeah, Paimon didn't do anything.
Hey!
I must admit, I wasn't expecting to find the Fatui laying low in a Hilichurl camp. Presumably, they've been operating out of here in secret for quite some time. What's their objective? Are the soldiers right? Could they really be in collusion with the Tenryou Commission? Let's scour the camp for evidence. If the merchant's story is true, the inventory should be here.
All right, time to take a look around.
Okay, before I do that, I want to see if maybe the shop had changed. Nope, it's still on Bennett and Lisa. I wonder when Koki Shinobu's gonna end up here, because she is a 4-star. You would think that by now she would have ended up in here where you get her.
So these are the Fatui food supplies? They look a little past their best. Is this really all they had to eat? Whoa! This place is chock full of bomb-making materials! This is way too dangerous! We should tell Kokomi right away and figure out the best way to deal with it. Hey, look here! Could these belong to the merchant? There's a lot of stuff. Some of it has the Tenryou Commission emblem. Yep, this has gotta be it. Kokomi! Kokomi! We found the merchant's stuff! Look!
I see.
Something wrong?
Oh, nothing. I just zoned out for a moment. Let's see here. Yes, these are the stolen goods, all right. Food, medicine, farming tools, all essential for post-war recovery. And he was probably stockpiling them until he could make a handsome profit. By contrast, it's doubtful that the Tenryou Commission has any need of these items, so the idea that he was supplying them doesn't make a lot of sense. In all likelihood, he's just an opportunistic merchant. Nothing quite as scandalous as Matsuda and Uchimura had imagined.
He's hardly a saint, though, right? How could he stockpile things that people are desperate for? We're not just gonna give them back to him and let him go, are we? It doesn't feel right.
Don't worry. I had already foreseen this. In my recently issued post-war temporary decree, I included restrictions on the prices of essential everyday goods. These items will ultimately reach the people at a reasonable price. If he had taken the time to read the decree, it's unlikely he ever would have ended up in this predicament.
Kokomi, you think of everything!
I wish that were true. Take this alleged collusion between the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui, for example. I'm still completely stumped. The low energy doesn't exactly help.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Nothing. Come on, let's take the goods back. It's not long now until the victory feast. It'll be a race against the clock to get all of this resolved before it starts.
Got it! First we mend the peace, then we attend the feast!
Ooh, carrots. Taking the carrots. And the radishes.
My goods! You got them back, huh? Thank you, Your Excellency. And thank you, Captain. You see, I told you I was innocent.
I'm not so sure. You could have easily planned the whole thing with the Fatui in advance.
Based on the information we gathered from the Fatui camp, there's nothing to suggest he had any correspondence with them. Had it been the case, then knowing how the Fatui operates, they would have left some evidence of it.
But what if...
No ifs, no buts. We've recovered the goods. As agreed, this is sufficient to establish his innocence.
Apologies.
Guess we got carried away.
What did I tell you? You army numbskulls don't have a clue. All brawn and no brains coming to me with your crazy conspiracies. Lay off me next time, got it?
Sir, I'm afraid you're getting ahead of yourself. You may be innocent of the accusations originally leveled at you, but hoarding essential goods is a crime under the temporary decree. You must bear the consequences. You have already admitted to being the owner of these goods, so we are obliged to respond with appropriate measures. In addition to enforcing the sale of these goods at the accepted rates, there will also be a fine, the amount of which...
Wait, Your Excellency, whose side are you on here?
I have no business taking sides. As the Divine Priestess of Watatsumi Island, I abide by the principle of clear and consistent rewards and punishments. Just as merit must be recognized, mistakes must be penalized. You may have been proven innocent of the more serious allegations leveled at you, but this does not exempt you from bearing the consequences of your mistakes.
Wait a minute,
Well, don't just stand there. Take him away. Time to pay up.
Your Excellency, he says all the goods belong to him, but it doesn't add up. Those of a Tenryou Commission emblem are probably his, but not the rest. Especially these ones. They're clearly for shrine use.
It seems the Fatui simply dumped all their stolen goods in one place. Leave the shrine paraphernalia to me. As for the rest, I'll leave you to sift through and try to track down the owners. I know, that's a lot to ask.
Not at all, Your Excellency. We're on it. But if I may, Your Excellency, maybe there were no signs of collusion in this case, but our people know what they saw. Something is going on between the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui. I know the peace talks are coming up, so please keep an open mind.
I understand your concern. I'll be sure to give it further consideration. I'm going to take these items back to the Sangonomiya Shrine. Why don't you come along for the walk?
It's funny, it's that the guy, he was...
Watatsumi Island observes different customs than the rest of Inazuma. I imagine it must all seem a little alien to you.
But what I like is that even though that merchant, he wasn't guilty of like colluding with the Fatui, but he was guilty of hoarding the goods, and that's what I like. So even though like he thinks, oh great, I'm kind of free, like nope, you still have to pay a fine for hoarding the goods.
It's been a long time since I last came to this village. There's been a lot to deal with recently. Next time you visit, I'll take you to visit Watatsumi Island's old shrine. You know, the earliest shrine on Watatsumi Island was not located in Sangonomiya. It was close to the Statue of the Seven. Back then, the people of this island recognized the shogun's existence, despite not venerating her as the shogunate do. But after she struck down our protector deity, the shrine was abandoned. Relations between Watatsumi Island and the shogunate have soured ever since. Mistrust has become deep-rooted over time. I've been hoping to raise all this at the peace talks and discuss it properly. Grievances have to be let go eventually.
Your Excellency, what brings you out this way on your busy schedule? Oh my, you're looking a little worse for wear. You need to take better care of yourself, okay? All of our fates depend on you.
Thanks for your concern, but I'm fine.
Your Excellency, I beg you, heed a word of advice. After all this time fighting the Shogun's army, peace is not something that can simply be declared.
That is true.
If we reconcile with them, the god who once protected us will have died in vain.
Come on, that's ancient history. Besides, the fighting is barely over. We should be grateful to be at peace once more.
I know, it's just... we should remain strong in these negotiations. We mustn't be too ready to compromise.
I appreciate your concerns. I will consider the options carefully, and be sure to proceed appropriately.
Wonderful. We're all counting on you, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency? Well, I'll be... fancy meeting you at a place like this. Do you know, my daughter's enrolled herself in the Shrine Maiden selection process this year. If she makes it into Sangonomiya, I'll be one very happy mother. You're a kind and gracious leader. She'd be in very good hands. I'm always telling my daughter that if she gets the chance to learn from Her Excellency directly, she must make the most of it. I mean, just look at Her Excellency, still so young, but so mature and intelligent. My daughter has always looked to you as a role model.
Well, if she comes to Sangonomiya, I'll look out for her.
Your Excellency. Boy, am I glad you're here. As you know, agricultural output has taken a pretty big hit this year. Let me bring you up to speed on the latest situation.
Oh, Your Excellency, isn't this the captain of Swordfish 2? Will he be based on Watatsumi Island from now on?
Your Excellency!
Oh no, we're getting crowded.
Please, remain calm, everyone. I'll get around to all your queries. Though, for the longer ones, I'd prefer it if you could write a report and submit it to the shrine. Then I can respond to each one as and when I have the time. Are you alright?
This is testing my patience. I can agree with that because all of a sudden we're just taking a walk and next thing we know we get surrounded by a whole bunch of people asking and telling us stuff. Ugh. I don't know if I can handle that or if that happened for people around me all of a sudden.
Me too. It does get pretty annoying.
Your Excellency, here you are. There's been a situation. We're still waiting on the delivery of a whole batch of ceremonial items. I'm beginning to worry that they've been stolen.
Oh, we retrieved those already. No need to worry.
Really? That's fantastic. You never cease to amaze us, Your Excellency. I sorted through all the petitions received recently and placed them on your desk. Also, according to the schedule, you're just in time for your meeting today on the development of the textiles industry.
That's today? Right now?
Yes, the two young ladies have arrived safely. We're just waiting for you.
I see. I was hoping to take a walk around the island with you, but it looks like we'll have to save that for some other time. Well, let's rendezvous tomorrow at the entrance to Sangonomiya Shrine. Then we'll go and make preparations for the victory feast.
Yay! The victory feast! Just to be clear, we're talking lots of delicious food, right?
That's the name of the game. There'll be some Watatsumi Island specialties, which I'm sure you'll enjoy.
Great! See you tomorrow then!
Poor Kokumi. She doesn't get a long time to relax. We continue. Ah, yes, here it is. A viewpoint. Okay, I see an orb. Who I have to get? If it'll let me go up. Now, where is that orb? Oh, there it is. Okay, time to make time. So let's see here. That'll do it. 10 hours later. Give or take 5 minutes.
At least the war has ceased for the time.
Kokumi isn't here yet. That's weird. She doesn't seem like the type to show up late to things. wait a little longer.
After some more time.
How is she still not here? Do you think she could be in trouble? Let's go ask that soldier over there.
Are you looking for Her Excellency? I'm afraid she isn't here at the moment. I don't know where she's gone.
So strange. Guess we should just call it a rain check then?
Not necessarily.
Something's off.
If I recall correctly, Her Excellency has made special provisions for such a scenario in her general operational directives. Let me see. Yes, number 98. Should a visitor from afar come to see me, and should my whereabouts be unknown, direct them to proceed southward until they arrive at a tree with purple foliage. The footnote stipulates that this only applies when Her Excellency has made no communication regarding her whereabouts before disappearing. And even then, only when the visitor in question is of VIP status. As far as I'm concerned, you two tick all of the boxes. I keep this directive on me at all times. I'm sure this is the right course of action.
Kokomi really does think of everything. All right, let's find the place she wrote about and have a look. Are you sure this is the right place? It feels like we keep heading deeper into the middle of nowhere. Hey, doesn't that tree look like the one she described in the directive? It looks like there's a way in over there. Let's take a look.
Ah, a little hidden cave. This must be where Kokomi goes to get away from everything.
Kokomi! So this is where you ran off to. We were gonna meet up and get things ready for the victory feast today. What happened?
It's you. I apologize. I'm not feeling my usual self today.
You got sick? We'll go find a doctor right away!
No. It's nothing like that. It's just... my energy is completely spent.
Burnout.
You run on energy? You mean you're like a ruin guard?
No, it's just a figure of speech. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I can't always be the infinitely capable person I present myself as.
From what I can guess is that Kokomi is just experiencing a burnout that tends to happen when you do a whole lot of things all at once. You tend to get burnout. You know, feeling really exhausted and you can hardly do anything. Everyone was asking so much of you yesterday. Since things were getting to you, yeah, this is definitely the one because people kept asking her to do a whole bunch of stuff. It'll explain why she's low on energy.
You noticed? I guess I haven't quite mastered the ability to hide how I'm feeling. I'll keep working at it. To be honest, I'm not really cut out to be a leader. At first, my dream was to read up on military strategy and perhaps become an advisor. Constantly communicating with people, trying to retain their morale, having to read between the lines, making sure everyone gets the recognition they deserve. It's such hard work. You're somehow supposed to make people feel wonderful, just from being in your presence, while also commanding their respect. It doesn't come naturally to me. And truth be told, it's something I never wanted for myself. But because of my bloodline, I was always going to end up being the Divine Priestess, sooner or later. Like it or not, it's just the way it is. So, whenever I feel overwhelmed, I come here to just lose myself in a book and relax for a while. Don't worry, it doesn't affect my work. I handed over preparations for the victory feast to someone else. I have to make a speech tonight, and I mustn't give the troops any reason to suspect that something could be wrong. This peace was hard won, and I want them to feel at ease.
Is there anything we can do to help?
I should be feeling energized again soon if I hold off on work for a little longer. If only there was some way I could listen to a good read on military strategy. I'm sure that'd speed up the process. I was reading a book last time I was here, but I only got about halfway through. Oh, where did I put it?
We'll find it for you. And then we'll read it out to you to help you recover.
You do that for me? Thank you. I'm really lucky you came back to Watatsumi Island.
Whoa, look at all these petitions. So does Kokomi make time to deal with these even when she's resting? Sangonomiya Events Cash Flow Statement. Consolidated Annual Report on Fishing Production. Watatsumi Island Monthly Maintenance Expenses Breakdown? This is a lot of work for one person. And it's on top of all the directives she has to write and the people she has to meet day to day. It's no wonder she gets burnt out from time to time.
See?
Let's track down that book and help her feel like herself again.
That makes sense that she get burned down because doing all that I know that would burn me out a lot.
Hey, look! Could this be the book she wanted? Swordfish Captain came back today. Energy +4.
That's just,
Is it from the Merchants Associated -4? Oh. Okay, from what I can tell, this tells me this is her diary. And if we did, it's all Paimon's fault.
give it here.
Guess that was the wrong one. Let's keep looking.
Oops, we accidentally found Kokomi's diary.
It's gotta be this one, right? Look, there's even a bookmark. None of the other books have one, so she must have finished reading those already. Ooh, it's pretty dense. Paimon doesn't understand a thing. Well, let's take it over and read it to her. Kokomi, is this the book you wanted?
I'm not sure, actually. Could you read a bit out loud?
Active plan in plan to the situation.
Yes, that's the one. Thank you.
Kokomi? Kokomi! Oh no, she's fallen asleep. What are we gonna do? Tonight's the victory feast. Not to mention that the peace talks are just around the corner. She's got so much to do.
Let's let her rest a while.
You sure that's a good idea? She does look pretty exhausted. Guess there's still some time to go too. All right, let's keep her company while she rests.
Avoid disaster. Protect peace at all costs. The war's over. Things are slowly getting better. Oh. Did you see? What time is it? Did I fall asleep?
Yep, you've been out for ages. It's nearly time for the feast.
I can't believe it got so late. I haven't slept that peacefully in so long. That's gotta be 3 whole energy points right there. Should be enough to see me through the peace talks. Thank you. Well, we better get ourselves over there. It's nearly time to light the bonfire.
Woohoo! Kokomi's back to full energy! Good to have you back.
Good for Kokomi because obviously she needed sleep. It's not good when you don't get enough sleep. You always want to make sure you get enough sleep, and if you're tired, it's best to find a way where you can go and take a nap if you're exhausted.
It looks like everything's in place for the feast. But I still need to give a quick speech before the festivities begin.
Oh, how much energy will that take? Do you think you've got enough?
Don't worry, I've got plenty. Thanks to you two, I recovered more quickly than usual.
That's great! We'll be rooting for you.
Welcome, everyone. Today is the day that we celebrate our victory. Recently, our war with the Shogun's army came to an end, and we finally saw the abolition of the Vision Hunt Decree. None of us can know what the Inazuma of the future will look like. But tomorrow, I meet with the Tenryou Commission for peace talks. I give you my word that I will strive for peace for Watatsumi Island once and for all. Thank you all for your valiant efforts throughout. Truly, it is only through those efforts that we have been able to prevail in this trying war. This feast is held in honor of each and every one of you gathered here today. I hope all of you get to relax and enjoy our hard-won victory.
After a while.
Tonight seems to have gone off without a hitch. I'm so glad it's all going smoothly. People tend to be more open when they're in a good mood. Could I ask you to go around and see what information you can gather? I still have no further leads regarding the issue of potential collusion between the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui. And I'm concerned that something might happen at tomorrow's peace talks.
Okay, sure. We'll go ask around.
Okay. Acting as an undercover detective, because that's what you do when you're gathering information.
Watatsumi Island is finally at peace, and it's all thanks to Her Excellency, Sangonomiya.
What news? Anything to report?
Recently, let me think. Well, the biggest thing for us is that we can finally get back out on the ocean to fish. During the hostilities, the open sea was full of warships. We just had to make do with what little fish and shrimp we could get our hands on closer to shore. When the catch wasn't good, we'd all go hungry. The poor kids were crying all day and night, but there was just nothing I could do. We'd go to bed ravenous and be tossing and turning all night long, trying to keep it together until the morning. At least things are finally improving now. I hear you're captain of Swordfish too, is that right? Well, thank you for your service. Here, have a fish. It's freshly caught, so it's a bit, fishy. But it's fine.
Oh, no. We couldn't possibly.
Ah, come on, take it. Without you, we'd probably still be going to bed hungry tonight. Her Excellency always teaches us to repay kindness with gratitude.
Okay, well, thanks. Come on, let's go talk to some others.
Okay, who else are we gonna talk to? Gotta be some others.
A friend of mine was really looking forward to this feast. Even promised he'd sing a song with me. If only he were still here.
Okay, oh, we have to go over here now.
Hey there. Care for some fruit and vegetables? Nature's remedy when you overdo the barbecue.
What's new? Anything to report?
Are you referring to the thing about the Tenryo Commission and the Fatui? I've heard rumors, but nothing too detailed. It's funny you should say that the soldiers seem excitable, though. I've had the same feeling. See that guy over there? He's been acting strange these days. Always shouting and waving his spear around when he's got nothing to do. He scared the heck out of me a few times. It's a miracle the fighting has finally come to an end. You know, I really hope we don't go making any more trouble for ourselves. Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have much information. If you still have questions, you may as well go and talk to him.
Sounds promising. Let's go see what that guy's deal is.
Looks to me like he's just training. That's what it looks like to me, like he's just training in case anything happens, because the fighting just ended and he's probably still on edge, even though the fighting is said to be over, but you never know. Something might end up happening. It might be what he's doing, just practicing in case anything does happen.
Ugh. This guy smells of booze.
Huh? Wait, don't tell me. Captain of Swordfish too, right? You actually came back. I thought you'd abandoned the platoon and made a run for it.
Nuh-uh. We would never run from a fight.
Is that so? All anyone talks about these days is peace and stability. Do you remember what the most important thing is to the Resistance?
A warrior's will?
You got that right. So I'm gonna put you to the test. Time to see if you truly are a bona fide Resistance warrior.
Oh no.
I'll answer your questions, but only if you can beat me in a duel.
Ugh, this guy. Would it kill him to just have a normal conversation? What do you think? Are we gonna do this?
I'll be going. Have fun and good luck. Okay, well, you have a good night. Thanks for coming to the stream. And just to let you know, I will be streaming tomorrow, and I'm gonna be continuing BioShock and Burial at Sea tomorrow, and then whatever time, if there's any time, I will be doing New Vegas. Sure, we're hardly gonna lose.
We'll see about that.
Windblade!
I think I did it a little too hard.
You're a strong fighter. No wonder Her Excellency chose you. You really do have a warrior's will. Then maybe you can understand us. Captain, comrade, will you join us?
First, you need to tell me what's going on.
We made it up. The story about the Tenryo Commission colluding with the Fatui, it didn't happen.
What? Poor Kokomi's been worried sick. You're telling us you made the whole thing up? What the heck were you king.
That's just
That's
low.
gonna send you right back into war with the Tenryou Commission.
Yes, that's exactly what we're hoping to achieve. Peace talks? Everyone's been drawn in by the idea. That's why the future of Watatsumi Island is at stake. What's to stop the Tenryou Commission from stabbing us in the back? And what's to stop the Raiden Shogun from issuing another Vision Hunt decree? We are the Resistance. Everything hinges on our warriors' will. We can't trust the Tenryou Commission or the Raiden Shogun, but we can put faith in ourselves. Surely you agree with that?
His point does kinda make sense, but something about it doesn't feel right to Paimon.
What it boils down to is you just want to fight.
Yeah, everything you said just now was pure speculation, wasn't it? Are you seriously willing to make up a wild rumor and ruin the peace everyone's worked so hard for, all because of some imaginary situation that may not even happen?
Don't take that tone with me, acting like you're above all of this. What would you understand? For the sake of victory, we embody the warrior's will to the fullest. You understand? We were all in. Now they're suddenly trying to tell us that none of it matters anymore? You'd have me just put down my weapon and start living like an ordinary person, but how can I? How can I when every time I close my eyes, I see the faces of the friends we lost in battle? Every time I see them there in my mind's eye, it reminds me that I can never forgive the Tenryou Commission and never forgive the Vision Hunt decree. I guess you're not one of us. Well, whatever. Go ahead and tell Sango Nomiya if you want, but you're too late to stop us now.
Too late? What do you mean?
I don't like the sound of that.
Darn. Doesn't seem like he's gonna answer that one. What are we gonna do? This is really serious. We need to give Kokomi the full story right away. Out a few things. The whole thing about the Tenryou Commission colluding with the Fatui is baloney. They made it all up. They wanted the peace talks to break down so that they could carry on fighting the war. And they said it's too late to try and stop them, no matter what we do.
I see.
What's the matter? Are you feeling alright?
I'm fine. Don't worry. This is my fault. If only I'd perceived what they were feeling earlier, it never would have come to this. I think I understand what Kozin means when he says it's too late. The talks don't begin until tomorrow, but both sides have already sent their guards to the location. They are responsible for making sure the area is safe and secure. I highly suspect that one of Kozin's pro-war co-conspirators will have infiltrated the guards with an intent to reignite hostilities tomorrow during the negotiations.
Well, that's no good. Do you want us to head over there now and switch out the guards?
That won't work. Firstly, the act of bringing a new team of guards to a neutral negotiation site will put both sides on high alert. It would almost certainly push the pro-war faction into taking action. They would attack the Tenryou Commission's guards, and we'd be in danger of war breaking out once again. Not to mention that we have no idea how many of Watatsumi Island's soldiers are involved in this plot. If we change the guard in haste, we face the issue of not knowing who to trust.
Sounds like a really tricky situation. So is there really nothing we can do about it?
Don't let it worry you. What's done is done. Now it falls to me to devise a counter-plan. These soldiers crossed the line, but the blame is not theirs alone. Whatever happens, I will find a way to ensure they do not come to harm. Let's meet here again tomorrow.
Oh, wrong button. Okay, let's see. It is 10 the next day, so why is it? Oh, maybe I need to do it more than just that in order for it to activate.
Well, the peace talks are upon us. How do you feel? Prepared? Here, take this. These are some directives I wrote last night. These negotiations are complex, to be sure, but I thought about it carefully and realized there are no more than 187 possible outcomes.
That's a lot of outcomes.
Writing them all down. This way, you will be able to adapt with speed, no matter how the events play out.
Whoa, this is huge! Let's see. Fierce dispute, violent escalation, armed revolt, coordinated attack, seize hostages. Wow, there are so many! But you've thought of a solution to each one! Hyman suddenly feels a lot less nervous.
Glad to hear it. These peace talks are quite exceptional. It is a major step forward both for Watatsumi Island and the Shogunate. But
Sir,
any amount of
that
dissatisfaction within our
it was just my dad telling me he was going to bed.
We will have to work all the harder if we want these talks to be a success. As the Divine Priestess of Watatsumi Island, this responsibility is, of course, mine to shoulder. But would you be willing to lend me a hand?
I also want the peace talks to succeed. Yep.
Excellent. Okay, time to head off.
Okay, so that's where I have to go. And the closest I can see is maybe here. Wait for my stamina to go up before I try to climb. Oh, I see one of these. I wonder if I have a key for it. And I do not have a key. No, I didn't want to fall. See, this is what I don't get. Why won't it let me just go up?
There can be no excuse.
That right there was not fair at all. I don't understand why didn't I grab onto the tree? Why can't I grab? I don't get why you can't grab onto the tree. That makes no sense at all.
It's been a while, Kujo-Sara. I believe the last time we met was on the battlefield.
Yes, where you dealt my forces quite the devastating blow. But before we go any further, what are you doing here?
I'm here to witness the peace talks.
That's right. He's here to bear witness to the proceedings. He experienced the war between us firsthand, and has made an enormous contribution towards securing the peace we have today. I couldn't think of a more suitable candidate.
Seems reasonable. Then let's get straight into it. The first item is the Maritime Administration issue. During wartime, we restricted fishing rights for Watatsumi vessels in Narukami waters. We intend to remove these restrictions, but going forward, any of your vessels that fish in our waters will have to pay taxes in accordance with Narukami legislation in order to bring their catch back to Watatsumi.
That's fine, but if they're paying taxes, they should also be entitled to protection from the Tenryou Commission while in your waters. Any losses they sustain due to issues of public security will need to be compensated by the Tenryou Commission.
Accepted. Let's add that to the peace treaty. I can assure you that your vessels will be quite safe in our hands.
Negotiations seem to be going pretty smoothly.
The next item has to do with the movement of people and military authority. In the past, our people have been subjected to lengthy interrogations on arrival in Watatsumi, and the same has been true for your people on arrival to Narukami. Economic cooperation between our islands has suffered greatly as a consequence. Few merchants are now willing to engage in inter-island commerce. Since the war is now over, I propose that we have the Yashiro Commission appoint a business council to oversee trade between our two islands.
The problem there is that trade is a reciprocal affair. We'll need to involve merchants from both sides in this process if it is to succeed. We cannot give the Yashiro Commission full authority.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Watatsumi Island facing severe shortages of many essential goods at the moment? Having the Yashiro Commission organize everything centrally would work in your favor.
True, we're experiencing some shortages, but we will recover in due course. Between the diverse range of goods we can produce ourselves and our strong trade links with other areas, we are capable of sourcing everything we need. Not to mention that your proposal would require separate talks with the Kamisato clan. If they've yet to sanction it, I believe you are going beyond the remit of the Tenryou Commission's authority.
Let's leave that aside for now, then. On to the military question. Watatsumi Island's forces will need to come back under the jurisdiction of the Tenryou Commission.
That just isn't feasible. Not in the short term, at least.
With all due respect, feasibility doesn't come into it. The Tenryou Commission alone has ultimate responsibility for Inazuma's national security. We cannot allow Watatsumi Island to be the sole exception to this rule indefinitely.
You Kujo scum! Colluding with the Fatui isn't low enough for you already. You just want to take everything away from us.
Uh-oh.
Comrades, never trust the Kujo. Let's get them!
Protect Madame Kujo!
Number 16. No, wait. 67? Or is it 73? Which one is it?
The last one, but hold off for the moment. Stand down, Tadakatsu! The situation has changed. Please stand by for further orders. Rest assured, I am fully aware of your concerns, but I will deal with the situation from here. Madam Kujo, this is rather serious. I believe you owe Watatsumi Island an explanation?
Excuse me for a moment. Nobody makes another move until I have finished investigating. You two, here, now!
Says like, I mean, both sides were up to something without them knowing it.
Speak! Collusion with the Fatui? Is this true?
I wouldn't exactly call it collusion as such.
We were approached by a few Fatui. They mentioned a potential cooperation to keep the war against Watatsumi Island going. At the time, I felt like we could give it a try. After all, there'd be nothing to lose.
But we were extremely careful. We didn't agree to anything. We just said they could maybe start by heading to Watatsumi Island and stirring things up a little. Then we'd see how it went. With respect, ma'am, there was no collusion. It was just a one-off conversation. How anyone from Watatsumi Island even found out about it, I have no idea.
That's enough. When we return, there will be consequences. Might I remind you that this is the Fatui? Have you completely forgotten what they did to us? You should be having no interaction with them whatsoever, let alone entertaining offers of cooperation. So, what did they want out of it?
The Fatui's main forces have already left Inazuma. The few who approached us seemed like they wanted to settle a score for their boss.
Oh, her subordinates. So they're out for revenge. They want to keep Inazuma in a state of turmoil. One day, I will hunt them down. Every last one. We bear responsibility for this issue. My sincere apologies. I have my own negligence to blame for this state of affairs. Please, grant us another chance to continue the peace talks.
But of course, Madame Kujo. I have every confidence in your ability to resolve this situation. For the time being, however, there is evidently some discord within the Tenryou Commission's ranks. I would therefore not feel comfortable releasing Watatsumi Island's forces into your command at this time.
It seems that I must acquiesce. I will lay this issue aside for now. But we shall revisit it as soon as the Tenryou Commission has resolved our internal issues. As for the trade issues we raised, I will discuss options with the Yashiro Commission and make sure both sides have ample participation in the final arrangement.
Seems like Kujo-sara's on the defensive now. These negotiations should be smooth sailing from here on out.
I never knew the Grand Strategist of Watatsumi Island was a skilled negotiator, as well as a formidable commander. I hope that when we meet again, we can continue these sit-down discussions. Settling our differences on the battlefield is rather taxing. I think we can leave things there for today. Once I get back, I will conduct a thorough investigation into the Tenryou Commission's internal issues.
I should inform you that we took out a Fatui camp recently. I suspect that before long, they will attempt to re-establish contact with your people in the hope of procuring some assistance. I recommend you say and do nothing on the matter for the time being, lest you tip them off and they disappear. Wait for them to come to you. That way, you can capture them all in one fell swoop.
I will bear this in mind. Thank you. I shall take my leave now. Until we meet again.
Your Excellency,
Let's discuss it after we get back.
They're in trouble. They should have known better than to try to start something. And now Kokomi is mad at them, and I can't wait to see what their punishment is.
Your Excellency, you knew?
I have already been informed on the reasons for your actions. You believe the Tenryo Commission to be untrustworthy and sought to sabotage the peace talks and reignite the war. Fortunately, the end result exposed and thwarted a secret Tenryo Commission plot. Yet, this was purely incidental, and the end certainly did not justify your means.
But Your Excellency, so many comrades have sacrificed themselves in the line of duty. If we stop now, aren't all of our efforts going to waste? I want to keep fighting. I want ultimate victory, even if it means I have to pay the ultimate price.
I understand your sentiments, but you cannot simply impose your will and expect others to bear the consequences. During the war, there were highs and there were lows, and in the end, there was a glorious victory. For you, perhaps the experience was one of great excitement, but you saw nothing of the countless others who will remember the war quite differently. Most people suffered terribly through each day. Watatsumi Island's people yearn for peace because they have long since given all they had to the war effort. They are tired of treading water and don't need you dragging them back underneath once again.
But...
I understand, I do. And the fault is not yours alone. It was largely an oversight on my part. I taught you to nurture a warrior's will, but never how to let it go.
It's not your fault, Your Excellency. It was ours. Our selfishness. Either way, we are ready to accept sentencing under martial law.
Very well. Then I hereby declare... that as of today, I am founding a new secret corps of the army. This division will be responsible for keeping Watatsumi Island safe and secure, neutralizing any and all threats to the peace of our island. You and your comrades will all be welcome to join, but be warned, the training will be grueling. Perseverance and grit will be in high demand.
Your Excellency, what are you saying?
I have concluded from today's peace talks that the Kujo clan cannot achieve absolute peace and stability in the near future. Many seek peace, but there are still those who pursue war. It is right that Watatsumi Island moves towards peace, but we must still retain a defensive capacity. Those whose warrior's will is alive and well, I invite you to embark on the most challenging training regimen of your lives.
Oh, welcome on in, sorry about that. I got really involved in the cutscene because it's really good. But Genshin's going well. I'm working on doing character story quests right now because I need to do it in order to unlock one of the Archon quests. After this one, the next one I have is Ito's story quest to do. Then after that is working on other stuff. How far are you in the story? Well, for a bit of time, I recently just got back to working on the story because for a bit of time I was stuck on a part. It was battling Signora. I was having a little trouble with that because for some reason I couldn't beat her. I only managed to get like to the second phase. I just recently, a few weeks ago, managed to finally beat her and defeat her. I can tell you it was a hard battle. I had to work on strengthening up my characters a bit, and not to mention have tons of food to heal up my characters. And it helped that I had some things to resist the freezing effects from the sheer cold, and resistance potions. Those certainly helped. But definitely, it's the fire phase that's real tough to do. And right after I did that, I had to go because riding Shogun, but luckily they made it to where it was easy to take her down, which I enjoyed. And then after I've just been working on this character story quest to unlock the one I need to do. I have to do this one that I'm on with Kokomi, and then next up is Ito's. And then after that, I have to do another quest I have not yet done yet, which I'm pretty sure has to do with the Abyss. And hopefully, after I get through all that, it's on to Sumeru. Yeah, last week I was doing the mushroom tournament, which I found entertaining and fun. The only thing I didn't like about it is that I don't get to keep the fungus monsters I captured. I really wish I could have kept the fungus monsters I caught because I really liked them and had fun using them in the event.
I don't want to hear from any of you again until all of you can take on 2 Shogunate samurai at a time.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
All right, dismissed. Go and report to General Goro. And remember, there can be no more insubordination. And if there is, there will be no more leniency from me, whatever reasons you may have.
Yes, ma'am. From now on, we will focus on our training. Thank you for this opportunity, Your Excellency. We'll report to General Goro right away.
I think that's finally everything in hand. I can feel my energy levels starting to drop. Meet you back at the hideout for some rest?
Oh, by the way, Miami, how was your Thanksgiving? I hope it went well. That's good to hear. My Thanksgiving was pretty good. It was where I was just chilling with the family at home. Had turkey, carrots and green beans, black olives, and mashed potatoes, and some rolls. And what I love is that right after turkey, it's turkey soup. Yep, and it's homemade turkey soup. And my mom does a really good job on it. I really enjoy it. Oh, I'm sorry, I accidentally hit my mic by accident. I hope things have been going well for you, Miami. It's been a while.
Thank you for everything. With your help, peace has been restored on Watatsumi Island once more.
Yeah, recently I started working. That's why I haven't been around much. I understand you work, and depending on what you do for a job, it can take a lot out of you. But I hope it's been going well. I've been pretty busy myself because I actually have a model I've been working on that I hope to show off pretty soon. It's a robot model I've been working on. I was hoping to have it ready by Saturday, and I didn't stream Saturday because I was tired, but I was hoping to have it ready because Saturday was my year when I first started streaming. But if my memory's correct, that's when I started streaming. But I really didn't have anything planned for it except to play BioShock and maybe work on New Vegas some more. I was hoping to have it ready. I was hoping to have the model ready for it, but that didn't pan out. So I'm gonna have to hold off on revealing the new model. But I think when I do, I think you guys are gonna like it because it looks really. Because I'm really happy with how it's gone. Because this is actually the first model I fully modeled out and rigged up myself.
recovering. Slowly, but surely. I should be raring to go before too long. Today was a reminder that I don't cope well in situations with lots of people. I've improved, but I still get nervous when more than a handful of people are involved. I think I might get Goro to handle the negotiations next time.
Oh, must be nice. I went to GameStop on Black Friday to see what they had, and I bought an Xbox Series X. Nice. Congrats, Miami. With me, I'm not much of an Xbox player. I'm more of a PlayStation player. And one thing I do want to get a PS5. But what I find irritating is that it's already been 2 years since the PS5 is out, and I still haven't been able to get one. Because I really want to get a PS5, because for one thing, one game that plans to be coming out is the remake of Star Wars: The Knights of the Old Republic. And I'm really looking forward to playing that. I never played the original Knights of the Old Republic. I played the sequel to the game, which was Knights of the Old Republic 2: The Sith Lords. And I really want to play the remake, because you're going to be controlling Revan, which is actually one of my favorite characters in Star Wars. And Scalper are an issue when it comes to the PS5. Yeah, and what I hate is that stores that are selling the PS5, the one I want, I know, is the disc version, where it has the disc drive on it, because that way I can play both PS4 and PS5 games. But I hate how much the stores are charging for it. They're charging over the retail price. I know there is a limited supply and demand, but to make it charge how much they are for it is, I remember some of them being charged like $1,000 for it, when the price is supposed to be $5.99 if I remember, for the disc drive version. I mean, it's okay if you charge a little over, but not as much when it's around $100 something. $500. No, Miami, that $500 is what the digital version is. The digital version is the PS5 that doesn't have the slot for the discs. The one I want is the one where you can put discs in, because a lot of my games are hard copies, and I need the disc thing, because the one with the disc is able to play PS4 games. But the one that, the digital version, it has no discs, because what that's telling me is the reason they're doing it like that is because they're giving people the option. But that's also telling me that game developers are looking to get rid of the disc drive entirely, like they have done with computers. Because if you notice that with computers, most of them these days, they do not have a slot for you to put a disc in, because a lot of everything is digital these days. And I think that's what they're trying to do with consoles, is they're trying to make it to where everything is just digital and you just download the game. You just buy it online and you have it digitally. But some people like me, they still prefer hard copies, which is why they still make hard copies of it. It's just something that's different when you have a hard copy instead of a digital version.
Do you think so? To be honest, I'm still a long way off what's expected of a divine priestess. In the past, I was concerned only with winning the war, restoring peace, and making sure everyone could live a happy life. But I realize now that wasn't going far enough. People have all kinds of aspirations, and just as many measures of happiness. I have a long way to go, but that's okay. If I can't make the journey in one giant leap, I'll just have to settle for taking it one small step at a time. In short, I've still got some maturing to do. Could you stay here on Watatsumi Island? To keep me company for a while longer?
Alright, right now quest completed. Well, we just completed the quest. Yeah, I noticed that as well. Yeah, the first time I noticed it was when I got years back when I got my my parents got me a PC when I graduated. It was a laptop. I noticed that it didn't have a disk drive like it's been, because I remember through most of my life up until a certain point is that a laptop and computers, they would always have they would always have that disk drive that where you would press a button and it would open up and you would put a disk in. But I think one of the reasons they got rid of it is because a lot of things can now be put digitally online, so there's really no reason to have like a disk drive or make like disk copies. Man, how time has passed by. Yeah, and I remember when I was younger that they used to have it where if you wanted to get like a game, like a computer game, you had to go to like a store to buy it, like for PC. Like it used to be where a lot of PC games they would have like a section for like the console games, and then they would have like a section for just PC games. But if you go to the store now, you can still buy console games and the consoles. But if you look, it's mostly where they have like sections for cash cards. And I'm actually glad we have those cash cards now, because that's my preferred method. You just have to go into the store and buy one, or buy what you need and then take it on home. And now that we completed that, let me go over to the shop, because I know I can now, because I am saving my to start stocking up wishes for another character. By the way, Miami, last week I actually tried to get Miko from the banner, but unfortunately it did not go. I did not get Miko, but instead I got Layla. I got her, and I also basically with the banner I have all three of these. I already had Toma, but I got these two. I was trying to go for Miko, but unfortunately during my 10 pulls it did not go well. Yeah, I got a new character, but the guy just screwed me out of the one I was after. Now that quest is done, I can now do Ito's. But yeah, it's amazing how computers have changed over the years. I remember, because at one point with computers, they were not like where you could just have them like on your desk or anything. It used to be where computers took up a whole room. The only Genshin Impact character I know is the one in blue, and her name starts with a Y. Let me see which one that is, because a lot of them start with a Y. Oh, is it Yelan? Is that the one you're talking about? Yelan? I actually thought about drawing for Yelan, but I wanted to save mine. I think it was I was thinking the wishes for Kuki Shinobu. Yeah, Yelan would definitely be an interesting character to have on your team. Well, I have to go. It was nice catching up with you, Ark. Thanks for take care, Miami, and also thank you for coming to the stream. I really do appreciate it, and I hope things have been going well for you. And take care. Bye, Miami.
Hi, Catherine. It's us. Was there something we could help with?
Yes. I'm afraid that I have another task that requires your assistance. The Adventurers Guild has recently received a commission directly from the Tenryou Commission. The assignment is both urgent and dangerous. After assessing the assignment, the Guild has concluded that seasoned adventurers are required. Naturally, you came to mind.
Just another day on the job for us!
Why can't the Tenryou Commission resolve it on their own?
Allow me to explain. The Tenryou Commission recently issued an arrest warrant for a young Oni by the name of Arataki Ito.
An Oni? You mean those big, tough-looking guys with horns on their heads?
That's correct. This particular Oni is quite vocal and audacious, so he already has quite the reputation on the streets. That said, he has never been caught up in major trouble of any kind. So it came as a surprise to learn that he has recently been accused of stealing things, and sometimes even whisking away the people themselves. But it doesn't end there. When the Tenryou Commission dispatched a Doshin to apprehend him, he assaulted the Doshin before making a getaway with his accomplices.
Sounds like a real ruffian.
So let Paimon guess. It's up to us to bring this Oni in. No problemo! This does sound like a job for the Traveler. He'll be back with that Oni in no time!
I have complete confidence you will succeed. However, please exercise caution. This Oni also happens to hold a vision, and is the leader of an organization known as the Arataki Gang.
He has a gang, but I have Paimon.
On second thought, Paimon will leave the fighting to you. The last place Paimon wants to be is in a gang fight.
We are still investigating Arataki Ito's potential motives behind these incidents, as well as his current whereabouts. But please ask around in the streets as well. There will likely be others more familiar with Ito's circumstances than I am, who can provide you with useful information.
Okay, we'll ask around.
Thank you. I will await your return. Ad Astra Avisask.
And before I do, I'll talk to Catherine to get my reward.
Hopefully we'll learn a little more about this Arataki Ito guy and figure out where he might have run off to.
Ad Astra Abisask.
Claim my rewards. I'm close to where I can ascend Ito again, but I just need to fight the wolf again, golden wolf lords again to get what I need from them. And in order, Ningguang, I'm close, but what I need is I need to get 3 of these and 6 more of this from the cubes. I'm close to where I can ascend D-Luke again, but I need to get like the stuff the same from the bosses like with Ningguang. Excuse me. Let's see here. And I just need to get a couple things in order to the Traveler.
Does this mean you're in... Huh? Ta-da! No! Oh, fine. Huh?
Okay, I'm missing materials to...
Oh, fine.
But at least I got a lot of them leveled up to 40, so that's pretty good. I do know I want to ascend Candace to try to level her up. I'll have to work on that. And of course, with some of the others, like Layla, I know I want to work on her. But I'll work on those when I have the chance. Now let's work on trying to find Ito. Wait, so in the battle pass. Or moral, like I don't have enough of that.
Arataki Ito? Yeah, I've heard of the guy. Word is he did something monumentally stupid, then ran off before they could catch him. And to be completely honest, I was a little surprised when I first heard it. Okay, well, I mean, not that surprised.
Wait, you mean he already had a bad reputation?
No, not exactly. He's just very overbearing in everything he does. Big and brash and always making a ruckus. So, on the one hand, he's a larger-than-life kind of guy. But on the other hand, he's emotionally volatile. When he's in a good mood, he's as high as a kite. But when he gets upset, he gets completely enraged. I don't personally see him as a bad guy, but I guess I wouldn't put it past him to get all riled up and lose control.
What is he usually up to?
You know, I'm afraid that I'm not too sure myself. I keep a pretty good eye on what's happening in the city, and as far as I can tell, he just idles the days away. When someone asks for it, he's willing to lend a helping hand, but other than that, he's just out making a scene with the kids on the street or his gang. If I had to guess, his lack of income finally drove him to do something more drastic to make ends meet.
Is it just Paimon, or is this Ito fellow starting to sound pretty weird?
I'm afraid that I don't have much else to tell you. He tends to spend his time with people a little more lively than myself. Perhaps you could try asking around some more.
Okay, thanks.
Arataki Ito? Oh yeah. I heard about that whole thing. I'm sure it must have been a mix-up on the Tenryo Commission's end. He could never do anything so dastardly.
Huh? How can you be so sure? Is he really as trustworthy as all that?
No, perhaps you misunderstand me. When I said he could never do anything dastardly, I meant he literally doesn't have what it takes.
You mean he's not smart enough?
Maybe a story will explain it better. So, he used to spend a lot of time playing rock, paper, scissors and hide and seek with the kids on the streets. Kids, being kids, aren't exactly the most difficult to outsmart. I'm sure you can see what I'm getting at here. He used to lose all the time, sometimes catastrophically.
On purpose, though, right?
No, not at all. The one time I saw him win, he started jumping around and yelling, "I won! I finally won! I'm unbeatable!" And so on. Then he took the kid's candy as his prize and ate it right there in front of him.
Ugh, that's just plain wrong.
He did take it way too far that time. The poor kid started crying, so I stepped in and gave Ito a scolding. He was pretty quick to admit that he was fully in the wrong, and it wasn't long before the kid had stopped crying and was laughing and playing again as if nothing had ever happened. In fact, the children quite like playing with him because he's always serious about the stakes and never throws a game on purpose. So, I suppose what I'm trying to say is a guy who can't even beat kids at a children's game really gonna be capable of these kinds of diabolical deeds?
That's not at all what I expected to hear.
Huh. He doesn't sound like a bad guy at all. In fact, he kind of sounds like a man of integrity.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. Still, the Tenryo Commission's evidence against him is supposed to be irrefutable. So, I'm not trying to condone his actions or anything. If he really has messed up big time, then he should face the consequences just like anyone else.
Thanks for the info. We'll keep asking around.
Arataki Ito. Of course I know him. We've been trying to apprehend him recently. We know he's already left Inazuma City, but with no clues to follow, we have no choice but to commission others for help, including the Adventurers Guild.
Catherine says that Arataki Ito hasn't done anything seriously bad before, so it seems pretty strange. Paimon's curious. Is there any evidence of all this stuff he's accused of?
Yes, of course. Otherwise, we'd never have put so many people on the case. For starters, most thieves will try to devise a way to conceal their identity, but for an Oni, the horns are a dead giveaway. I mean, the whole city could have recognized it was him.
How do you know it wasn't a different Oni? That is true. How do you know it wasn't a different? Just because Ito has horns, it doesn't mean it couldn't have been someone else, another Oni that has horns, because all of them have horns.
At first, he was just one of our suspects, but when we went to investigate, he personally confessed to everything and started trying to provoke the officers. What's most frustrating is that he then managed to escape along with his entire gang. He must have been planning the whole thing right from the start.
Did he have a motive?
Of course he did. Whether material or psychological, there is plenty of evidence either way. He's never had a Mora to his name his entire life, and he's never kept down a real job. Word is that he also takes care of someone in his gang, and that the burden of it takes quite the toll on him. After scrounging for a living all these years, maybe he thought that being the bad guy would be an easier ride. As for his psychological motives, it's a bit embarrassing to talk about, but we confiscated his vision during the Vision Hunt Decree.
So he's exacting revenge on the Tenryou Commission?
At the time, Arataki Ito put up quite a fight. It took a huge amount of manpower and resources, and in the end we had to enlist the help of Kujo Sara to finally secure his vision. The vision hunt was a mistake, but we never expected that he would go to such extreme lengths to take revenge on us.
He does sound a little unstable, just like people have been saying.
Well, what did you expect if he does try to take revenge on the Tenryou Commission? I mean, they took his vision away. No wonder he would be upset over that.
If the two of you are able to capture Arataki Ito, please bring him straight here. We'll handle him from there.
Thanks for all the info. Too bad we still don't know where he could have run off to. We already got word on the street, so maybe it's time to talk to a real specialist. Paimon remembers that there's a detective in...
Oh man, I can't continue the quest. Let's see. Omni Ubiquitous Net. Let me see, do I have that quest? This must be it. Let's go over here. Okay, now I can continue the quest. Nope, I can't. See, I don't understand when I'm not even doing the quest, it won't let me like do it unless I have to do this quest as well. I wish it would have just let me continue on.
Please speak to President Somnolenta.
Let's go moving.
I just want to get through this quest so I can get continue with the real quest, which is finding Ito. And, you know, it's saying that busy with this one, so I have to go to this one. Ugh. Just let me just let me continue with my mission. This isn't the one I want to work on. I want to work on the story. First, let me see if there's something I can craft. Okay, I still don't have enough of that in order to do it. It wouldn't be hard to get one of these, I know that. And I got the iron I need for it. It's just I need to get more amethyst lamp. I wonder if I go to the guild, I wonder if maybe I could have some characters work on that.
Add asterisk.
Doesn't look like there's anything for the amethyst, which is kind of a shame. Oh, wrong one. It would have been so much better if they had given this audio when they have this. If they had given the characters where they could talk with a voice instead of it being mute. Yeah, but it would definitely have been better if they had given this audio instead of it just being the text. I don't like it when they do it, when you have most of the quests you play have audio, and then you got ones like this that have actions and movements of the characters, but no audio on them. Except for the background music. Really wish there was a skip button for this, so I can continue on with doing what the main thing is, which is doing the Ito story quest. I can't because one of the characters involved in it is stuck doing this. It won't let me do it. Maybe now it will let me continue with my quest. Okay, finally, now it lets us continue. About time, because I mean, ugh. I love playing Genshin, but with some of the stories, with some of the quests in the game, they really should have put audio with them instead of them being, you know, silent and you just have text to read.
Hello, we'd like to ask some questions about Arataki Ito.
Oh, him again. Sure. I have answers. We've already done some investigating for the Tenryou Commission. But first, do you have enough Moro to cover the fee? I've heard all about your travels. After everything you've been through, I'm sure you understand the way these sorts of things work.
How much more are we talking about here?
A one-off payment of 397,000 mora upfront, plus a further 5% of your Adventures Guild remuneration as my commission, if Arataki Ito is successfully caught and brought to justice.
Whoa!
That's way too much.
How did you even come up with the price that high?
Hold on. I wasn't finished. It just so happens the initial fee has already been paid in full by the Tenryou Commission. All you'll need to pay is the small commission fee. And, as for that amount, I'll settle things with the Adventures Guild once we have Ito. So, from the way I see it, you guys are getting a pretty nice deal. Now
Still,
then,
that's way too
to give you the
expensive
full picture
for
in
that
this case,
for that
we
fee.
must first recount a well-known Inazuman fairy tale. A long, long time ago, in a village lost to time, there lived a Crimson Oni and a Blue Oni. They were the best of friends. The Crimson Oni looked fierce, but was gentle like the humans. The Blue Oni looked human, but was reclusive, like an Oni. The Crimson Oni wished to befriend the humans, but they were scared and threw beans at him whenever he came near. So the Blue Oni said to the Crimson Oni,
Akka, I'll cause trouble in the village. You come and stop me. Then the humans will accept you.
As planned, the Crimson Oni chased the Blue Oni away. The Crimson Oni's deeds spread throughout the land, and people finally accepted him. But when the Crimson Oni went to tell the Blue Oni the good news, he was gone and left only a letter behind.
I went traveling. Don't come find me or they'll treat you as a naughty little Oni. But don't worry about me. No matter where I go, we'll always be friends.
That's it? What about the little Blue Oni? Whatever happened to him?
I suppose the Blue Oni simply disappeared, never to be seen again. Only the Crimson Oni remain now.
But the Blue Oni was just an innocent little kid.
Sounds like to me there's still more to this story than meets the eye, and I think the Blue Oni was Ito's friend, and from maybe the one talked about it's always taken care of, but it's probably the Blue Oni that Ito's always looking after. Blue Oni probably came back one day and got sick, but nobody knows about it because the place is really really well hidden.
Of course it does. Otherwise, I wouldn't go through all the trouble of telling it. One interpretation is that the story is actually broadly based on historical events and that Arataki Ito is, in fact, a descendant of the Crimson Oni. What I'm trying to tell you is that the Oni have sacrificed a lot in the past in order to finally integrate themselves into human society. But there are still some volatile personality traits in the Oni bloodline. Every generation of Oni inherits these traits. So while Arataki Ito has never been known to commit a wrongful act in the past, can we ever completely rule out the possibility of him one day allowing this side of him to take over?
But how could he do that? After the Blue Oni's sacrifice? That would be such a betrayal.
That's a very old story. Nobody knows how long it's been since the Blue Oni disappeared. We can only assume that they have long since died out, in which case, it would be quite a stretch to say it still counts as a betrayal at this point. Besides, the suspect has already confessed. What is there left to discuss? According to my investigation, he was headed southwest. I would bet he's already made it to Yashiori Island by now. The Tenryou Commission is unable to enter territory controlled by Sangonomiya troops. No doubt that's the reason Arataki Ito chose to flee in that direction.
I understand. Thanks for all the information.
Don't mention it. I'm just doing my duty.
Wait, Paimon still has a question. If Arataki Ito has given into his bad side, won't that mean he's extra mean and violent now?
I could only assume so. Judging from his previous bouts, he is a skilled fighter with a lot of brute strength. Whether or not you'll be able to handle him, That I do not know.
Okay, but what's up with people throwing beans at Oni? What use is that?
Ah, yes. Now that you mention it, I seem to recall that Arataki Ito is allergic to beans. In fact, all Oni will avoid beans, but especially Ito. I heard that just touching a bean is enough to incapacitate him. If you could weaken him a bit by triggering his allergies, perhaps you'd have better luck subduing him.
It seems like our only option.
Knowing our target's weakness will make things a whole lot easier.
It just so happens that I have a bag of beans right here. I was planning to use them to make some porridge, but I think you will find a better use for them. Of course, I will charge the Adventurers Guild a fair and reasonable rate for the beans.
Sneaky! But also, thanks! Let's head to Yashiori Island and start looking for Ito!
Please speak to President Sung. I'm just a helper.
Okay, let's see. Oh, that wasn't what I was trying to do. What the? And this will be a good place for me to stop for the day, because we have hit the 3-hour mark. So I unfortunately do need to end stream, but please do stick around because we will be raiding somebody and you will be getting extra channel points from the raid. So I'm going to take this over the chat and we'll find somebody for us to raid. Let's see who's on. I was going to raid Sugoi, however, it appears he has gone to sleep. So let me see who else is on that we can raid. Yeah, a lot of people are doing subathons today. I, of course, haven't done one yet, but I'm waiting to, like, if I get like to around 1K, I think I'll do a subathon. It won't be an uncapped subathon, of course. As you know, I am limited by my time. But I think if I reach 1K, I think I'll do a subathon. Let me see what Remy is up to. It says he's playing Genshin as well, so let's see what Remy's up to in Genshin. As soon as the ad goes away, of course. Ooh, I see what he's doing. He's currently battling against the cube. So why don't I think what we'll do? Well, I haven't raided Remy before, but we'll raid him. So while I do that, let me give you guys your raid messages. This is for subs, and this is for non-subs. I'll give you guys a chance to copy that, and I need to do something just real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Let me go. I think what we'll do, we'll raid Remy since he is playing Genshin, and that's what we've been playing too. We'll raid Remy today. Okay. Okay, raid has been started. Time. But I'd like to thank everybody who came to the stream today. I hope you all enjoyed it today. And normally I don't stream on Mondays, but I actually am going to be back on Monday, which is tomorrow. I am going to be back, and I'm going to be continuing and hopefully finishing BioShock Infinite Burial at Sea DLC. So look for that tomorrow. And if there's any time left, I am going to be going back to playing New Vegas because I need to finish the Lonesome Road DLC. I stopped playing that to actually play BioShock for Halloween, which I completed mostly. So I'm going to be going back in completing the BioShock Burial at Sea DLC tomorrow. I actually was going to play that on Saturday, but I decided to relax on Saturday after going out to the movie theaters. So I'm going to be making up for it tomorrow. So look forward to that. And Ray is about to send you guys on over. So with that, I'm going to say goodnight, evening, morning, afternoon, whatever is in your time zones. Everybody, thank you for coming to the stream, and I will see everybody later.